Hi everybody, happy Thursday. I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps, and this is Lunchtime Live, episode 97. Oh my gosh, we're getting close to episode 100. And it might be delayed a week because of conference, but I'll get to all of that. I have a lot to share with you guys this week. So much fun news. For those of you who are new here, Lunchtime Live is basically my video newsletter for Stitches and Scraps. So I'm going to start out by telling you everything that's new on the blog, everything that's going on in my world, basically, or in my crafting world at least. And then we end up with a demo. Now for today's demo, we're going to do the star stitch in crochet. Last week we did the star stitch in knitting. And what I'm doing throughout 2022 is I'm doing a stitch of the week and alternating between knit and crochet every week. So this week is crochet. Next week, I'm planning to do a stitch called, well, it doesn't really have a name. I'm planning to do like a wave stitch using dropped stitches. I've seen it called a drop stitch wave, but I think that's more descriptive than an actual name. But I'll tell you, I'm going absolutely bonkers right now with last minute stuff for CGOA for the conference, and there's a good chance I'm flying out on Sunday next week, like not this coming Sunday but a week from Sunday, and there's a very good chance that I'm not gonna have the spoons. Have you guys heard that analogy? I'm just not gonna have the resources to do Lunchtime Live next week. Maybe we'll see how things go. If things calm down, I'll definitely do it. If I am in last minute packing psycho mode, you guys don't want to hear from me anyway, trust me. Hello, Helene. Good to see you. Hi, Beth. Glad you guys came. Okay, so let's get into it, and then I'll let you guys know one way or another for next week. I'll post something on the Facebook group, or you can even come to YouTube, and if you see it scheduled for next week, then it's here, and I'm doing it. And if you see it go away, then I'm not doing it. I'm going to leave it open for this week just because I'm fried. Okay, so let's jump into what happened this week. Well, there's nothing on the blog so far this week, and the reason for that is this week's pattern is for a cal, and my date for that cal is tomorrow. So I did a crochet scarf, which I of course forgot to bring down to show you, but it is stacked shells. Sorry, not stacked shells, layered shells. And by that, what I mean is the shells are staggered, but they're worked into the row below, so they kind of puff up and layer on each other. Creates a beautiful texture, and that scarf is coming out tomorrow, which is why you haven't seen anything from me yet this week. So look for that one tomorrow. The other thing I've been working on is, let me show you. Here we go. Is the new bag for the Bag Along Cal. This is bag number 4, finally finished. In fact, I did a little photo shoot this morning, so you'll see that on TikTok and Instagram. Because if I'm going to do makeup, I'm not wasting it. I'm doing all the photography I need to do. Which is silly, actually, because I ended up just cropping out my hands for the picture anyway. So it's like my hands in the bag. So I don't know why I went all full out photo shoot on this one, but I did, so I posted it on TikTok. And that's that bag. That pattern's coming out, I want to say Tuesday. Yes, that one's coming out Tuesday of next week. What's out right now for it so far is the materials and the giveaway. So if you want to go check that out, and again, for people who are new here, if you want to see any of the things I'm telling you about, the patterns, the giveaways, all of that stuff, look in the description on this video and you'll see a link. In that link is a blog post that takes you, it's got a list of like everything that I'm talking about today. So if you want to find the link to the pattern or the tutorial, go there, it'll be there. This pattern comes out Tuesday. And there'll be 2 tutorials for it. One of them will be attaching those wooden handles, and one of them will be the actual stitch pattern itself, the shells and the crossed cables that are in that stitch pattern. The other exciting thing, let me make sure that's all the blog stuff before. Yep, that's all the blog stuff. Oh, I do want to tell you the star stitch that we're working on today. I have 2 patterns using this crochet star stitch. One of them is my Stars and Stripes washcloth, which is just straight out star stitch in red, white, and blue stripes, basically. And the other one is the chevron star stitch spa washcloth, long name. But that is, it's a really soft washcloth in star stitch, but in chevrons. So that one, both of them have tutorials, full-on tutorials with them. So we'll do a quick demo here, but if you want to see the full-on tutorial and everything and check out those two patterns, you'll find those links again in that blog post in the description on the video. Okay, so let me jump into the other exciting thing. You guys know I went to H&H last week, and I've promised to slowly, or 2 weeks ago, I've promised to slowly show you all the cool stuff I got from H&H, but I'm taking a break from that today because this year, starting in July, I have been selected, I'm so excited, to be a brand ambassador for King Cole as a knitting ambassador, because they had enough crochet people, so I do both. So I'm a knitting person for King Cole this year. So that means they send me all sorts of cool stuff to play with. And oh my gosh, you guys, I got my first box. And it is just like, oh my God, there's so many cool yarns in it. Okay, so King Cole is out of England, right? And they have some really beautiful yarns that are different from other yarns I've found here that don't necessarily have great substitutes here. And that's the whole reason, because I made that raffia sun hat. That was the whole reason I even opened a yarn shop, was because I really liked these yarns and I wanted to use these yarns, but then I made the pattern and nobody could find the yarn. They are expanding more and more into the US, and there are more and more local yarn stores selling them, and Lovecraft sells a bunch of the stuff. So if I don't have it, you can now find the King Cole yarns around. It's been a couple years. They've done a great job of expanding. So all of these yarns I'm going to show you, they have local stockists that carry it. So I think I've got, yes, I have a link on that blog post that takes you to the Find a Stockist section of their website, where you can put in your address and they will send you back a list of anybody who's near you, or the online stores where you can find this stuff. So I have a very small selection in my store because I have a very small budget in my store, and I'm slowly growing it, but I just can't stock all the yarns. So go to all of the local yarn stores and you can find excuse me, any of these yarns I'm showing you. These are the ones that are currently in stock and available. There's a whole bag aside for, okay, this is the box they sent me, you guys. Look at this box. It's huge, King Cole. Okay, so I had to go through the box and take everything out and separate out like 6 or 7 skeins that I'm actually not allowed to show you because they're not available yet. So I'll be showing those as we go. But meanwhile, let me show you what's in this box. And I am so going to be playing with all of these. If there's something you really like out of this box, let me know. And next time I put in an order, which won't be for months now because I've just put in an order, but next time I put in an order, I will consider adding that yarn to the store because I add slowly, you know? All right. So this one is one of my favorites. And this one, I actually, when I went to H&H, I went there to order this one. I didn't order this one. I ended up getting it in a different weight. But this is King Cole Big Value Tweed. And I just love all the little tweedy bits. Now this is the Decay weight. And they do have it in a bulky weight. And that's what I ordered for the store. I think it's bulky. I'll have to double check that. It might be worsted, but I'm pretty sure it's bulky. So I've ordered that for the store, and I have a whole bunch of it sitting right there on a table that I just have to get added into the store, which I'm hoping to do this week, but in reality might not be till I get back from conference. But anyway, so that is the tweed. Isn't that pretty? I love all the little nubs and stuff in it. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to have a huge pile here when I'm done. This one I'm so excited about. I didn't even know they carried this. I should have known. I didn't know. This is undyed, basically sock yarn. I gotta look at the label here. I hadn't taken this out yet. I'm sorry. It was the only skein in this bag. This is undyed merino blend superwash wool. So I want to say it's probably a merino nylon. Let's see. Oh no, it's 100%. Oh, merino blend as far as what wools are in it. Okay, so it's 100% superwash wool, some of which is merino, and it's natural, undyed, dyeable sock yarn. So I'm totally dyeing myself sock yarn. And this is such a huge skein. Look at how big this is. You could get like 3 pairs of socks out of this. Let's see, this is, ooh, I'm looking, I don't have good eyes anymore. Okay, let's see. 250 grams, approximately 1,020 yards. 1,020 yards. Guys, a normal skein of sock yarn is 400 yards. So this is 2.5 skeins of sock yarn, undyed, that I'm going to dye up. I haven't decided how or what yet. I totally don't want to ruin it, but I'm definitely dyeing this up and making socks at some point. Or a shawl, because, oh, you know what, with that yardage, a shawl. Definitely, maybe a shawl. Maybe definitely a shawl. I have a lot of yarn to use up here. Okay, so this one's super cool. I love this. This one's called Curiosity. And I'm actually switching to my other camera because you have to see the little speckles. So it's not, first of all, it's self-striping, but it's kind of, each color is kind of a tonal shade, right? So you can see all the little speckles in each one, and I'm loving this yarn. And this is a, let's see, Curiosity is a Decay weight. Decay is my favorite weight. And I told Marie that. Marie's the one who handles, you know, who gets what. And I told her my favorite weight's Decay. I got so much Decay. So I will be using this for something. I don't know what yet. I will be using all of this for something eventually. But I love these colors too. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let me switch back to here because some of these are big. This one, look at that. That one's fun, right? This one is this the safari print? Yes, this is Safari Chunky. If you guys go to the King Cole website, you'll see this prints up looking a little bit like an animal print. Like, it's not specifically leopard print or something like that, but it has that animal print vibe to it, which is totally cool because you don't have to do anything funky with the pattern then to get that design. I think this would be great as a bag. Don't you? Like an animal print bag, maybe. I don't know. Oh, here, look, here. I'm going to show you here we go. So that's how the self-striping design works up. Obviously, depending on your gauge and how many stitches you have per row and all of that. But see that kind of like striping pattern where the stripes kind of end in the middle and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to try this. I'm not big on animal prints normally, but this is just far enough off of a plain animal print that I think I like it. Let's see. Well, this was another one I looked at. I didn't go with this one for the shop because in the shop I already have a bunch of these variegated kind of skeins, but this one it's not variegated so much as twisted. Okay, so what this looks like to me is actually 3 different colors of yarn. If I open this up, there's 3 different shades. See that pinkish shade, and then the dark color, and then a lighter brown. 3 different shades twisted up into a 3-ply yarn. So that's why you get this, in spinning we call it a barber pole effect. And I just love this because it looks like hand spun yarn, and that's a unique look that you don't get a lot. So this is Autumn Chunky, and this one is going to definitely be a cowl because it's so soft that it's next to face soft, you know? So this one's going to be a cowl for the winter at some point. While I have the phone down here, the camera down here, this is not the same yarn. Let me get the other one. Dishy cotton, dishy cotton. There we go. Nope, that's cotton soft. There's another one. Here it is. Okay. These are Dishcloth Cottons. There's a off-white and a white, like a cream and a white. But the cool part about this is that these ones are recycled. So this is recycled cotton. I'm not sure what it's recycled from. My assumption is plastic bottles, but I could be wrong. It's 85% cotton, 15% polyester. Yeah, I don't know why I said plastic bottles. That's wrong. There's a different yarn that's made out of plastic bottles. That's not this. This is recycled cotton. Sorry, did I mention my brain is fried? Okay. Anyway, this is recycled dishcloth cotton, and yeah, it's dish cotton. So I'm gonna make dishcloths out of it. Because what else do you do with dish cotton? I mean, that's the best use of it, right? So that is coming up. And then more cotton here. I've got cotton socks, more sock weight yarn, and cotton soft Decay. So I love this color combination. They're not the same weight of yarn though. So I'm not going to be able to use them together, but they're so cute. Okay, so this one is a Decay weight, let's see, 100% cotton, 229 yards. Okay, so that one's your typical like baby cotton, right? This one is fingering weight, and it's only 58% cotton. Can you see that? 58% cotton and 38% polyamide and 4% PBT. So it's really strong. Cotton yarn for socks tends to stretch and lose its shape a bit. So this looks like it would actually, let's see how, yeah, this looks like it would actually hold its shape really well. Like it bounces back, you know. Regular cotton, when you stretch it, it doesn't bounce back. It stretches and then it droops and sags. But this one has some give to it so that when I stretch it, it comes back. And I think that's partly the structure of it too. But anyway, so this one looks like it would be great for socks. So I'm excited about that. And then one more small one. This is bamboo cotton. So lots of different cotton blends to work with. Let's see, this is Decay weight. This is, what weight is this? Let's see. I'm sure it says it somewhere, and I'm not seeing it. But this looks to be like a Decay weight like that, but it might be worsted. I'm not entirely sure. But bamboo cotton, cotton soft, cotton socks, and dishcloth cotton. So plenty of summery stuff coming out of this over the next couple of months probably. Oh, one more cotton. This one is Cotton Top Decay. This is a new one that just came out as far as I know. And my color's not showing right. There we go. It's that purple color. It's a beautiful lilac. And now this is Decay and this is Decay. And those two look pretty together. So maybe something will come up with these two together. That would be cool. This one is, it doesn't feel like pure cotton. Let's see. Yeah, it's mostly acrylic with 22% cotton. So it's a different feel than this one. This one's all cotton. This one's mostly acrylic. But this one's softer. Well, I mean, they're both soft. They're soft in a different way, right? Like this one's that silky, smooth, soft cotton, whereas this one's more squishy. So I think they'd both be great for baby stuff, you know? Like just different feels, but I think they'd both be great for baby stuff. Okay, let me get back. Oh, wait, let me see. I see more cotton. I see more cotton, more cotton soft. Oh, good. Okay, there we go. Now that's a cute color combination. Okay, so these two will get worked together. Cotton soft Decay. I got two of them. Yay. Okay, let's see what else. I have Forest, another new one. And this one I got two of as well. So that's a great combination. And this is recycled yarn. Let's see what this one's made out of. It's a whole mix of stuff. It's wool, acrylic, poly, and viscose. So it's got a really neat feel to it. I don't know that I do like next to skin garments with it, but this would be really great for like a vest or something like that. So I'm going to play with this one and see. I might not make a pattern out of this one right away because I think I might just swatch with it and then order more so that I can make a bigger pattern out of it. And the colors aren't showing real well there, so let me see if this shows better. This is that lilac color and a rust color. And I think those actually look really cool together, right? Like I wouldn't normally put these colors together, but I think they look really nice together. Okay, and then there's only 4 more, you guys, I promise. This won't go on forever. I've got Bramble Decay in Raspberry. So this is a nice self-striping yarn. And oh, I gotta switch you back because they have on the label, they have what it looks like worked up. So that just looks to me like a fruit salad or like a fruity dessert, right? It's all the berries and peaches and yeah, okay. And it's raspberry is the color, so that makes sense. But yeah, so this one I don't have a plan for yet. I don't have plans for all of these yet. but I will be using all of these. I'm going to be busy. Okay, 3 more. I'm pulling them all out so I don't have to keep digging in my box. All right. This is Acorn Erin. Now, didn't I see Acorn somewhere? I feel like I showed you guys this one already. No? Okay. Well, this is Acorn Erin. And this is another one that's sort of like, it's sort of variegated, it's sort of tweedy. I like it. I don't know how to describe it. It's got that barber pulling effect, but it's more subtle. Like, I think there's a variegated twisted with a solid or something. So you get this kind of tweedy, kind of soft, hazy effect, which is really cool. And this kind of effect is really popular right now. That kind of like not sharp color changes, but more of those like soft, smooth transitions in color. That's really a big deal right now. And here's another one, another good baby yarn that came. It's called Little Treasures. It's another Decay. And this one, oh gosh, you guys, I got too much yarn. Look at this. Okay. This is really light pastel colors. I think of this as like a beachy pastel color. Let's see what they called it. This is called Jewel. Now see, to me this doesn't say jewel tone. To me this says beach. So this like screams beachy baby vest or something, or a baby sweater. So this one, this might be the one that I do my first pattern in. I might do a knit baby sweater in this, but we'll see. Okay. So that one goes there. And then the last one, this is, I saved this for last. This is my favorite of all of their lines that I know, Beth, there really is never too much yarn, but there is. Trust me, at some point it is too much yarn, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to use all of it. And what do I choose? Okay. So Fjord, they have Fjord Decay. They've got another Fjord in a heavier weight that I was also looking at. Chunky, I believe it is. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell you about that one yet or not. I'm not sure if that one's out yet or not. But the Decay definitely is. And this one, it's just, this is my favorite yarn. It's a self-striping, self-patterning yarn that looks like Fair Isle without the work. So this is, I mean, this is what it looks like. Seriously, I saw a sweater made in this, and it looked like this super complicated Fair Isle sweater. And it just was this yarn just knit straight. And it looks cool in crochet too. I did see a crochet, I want to say I saw a crochet top in this, but I at least saw a swatch of crochet in this at their booth at H&H, and it looked so cool. So this is Fjord. This is out of everything they sent me, Fjord is my favorite. And Fjord was my favorite before we started this, but Fjord is still my favorite now. I don't know why I don't have it in the shop. Every time I go to buy it, I end up buying something else. And I don't know why, because Fjord is 100% my favorite. So I don't ask me why my favorite yarn is not in my shop. It makes no sense, but you can buy it. It is out there. Sorry, I'm trying to get some of this back in the box so I can carry it back upstairs. So that is very exciting. And guys, this is just my first box from them. This is like a welcome box, and then I can order yarn for the projects that I'm making for them. And I'm going to be doing that soon. So was there anything in this that you guys were excited about, that you want me to look at trying to work that first? Or, because I don't have anything set yet as far as what I'm going to do. I've got all these ideas, but I could literally use any of these for my first project with them. So if there's one that you've had your eye on and you'd like a new pattern in it, let me know. Oh, hi, Rich. I didn't even see you. Hi there. I see you know Beth. That's awesome. Small World. New Jersey. Cool, cool. Oh, this is the yarn I'm demoing with. Okay. All right. My table's clean. So yeah, let me know definitely if there's something in particular that you would like me to work with first, because I'm going to have to work with all of it at some point, but I can choose which one goes first. I'm going to be knitting with it though. So, you know, tell me something you want me to knit with. Okay. So now that was the big box I got this week. Next week I'll go back to showing you more of what I got at H&H. And then by the time we're done with that, I'll be back from CGOA and I'll probably have a big bag of stuff to show you from CGOA. So there's going to be lots of show and tell the next few weeks. Okay, let's look at, because I think that was everything. Yes. Okay. Oh, what's coming up? What's coming up? What's coming up? All right. So what's coming up next week is the layered shell scarf that I told you about. And then what else? The knit drop stitch wave if I manage to do a lunchtime live next week. And then there's the CGOA conference. Sunday of next week I'm leaving. The conference starts on Wednesday, but it's in New Orleans. So we decided to, okay, wait, let me back up. Not this coming Sunday, the following Sunday. I want to say it's the 17th. That's when I'm leaving. So nothing will happen on the blog while I'm gone because CGOA is just too nuts. It's so much fun. It's like crochet summer camp, you know, and unlike the other shows I go to, it's not just for professionals. It's not just for designers. It's just for anybody who crochets, and it's so much fun. So that'll be, it's going to be in New Orleans, and me and a couple of friends are going down early on the Sunday, the 17th, so that we can check out the area and, you know, do some prep, that stuff, last minute stuff that has to be done on site, but mainly so we can check out the area and restaurants and stuff like that before we get too busy with the actual conference. But I hope, are any of you guys coming? Beth, are you coming to conference this year? Helene, what about you? Rich, anybody coming? Let me know. I'd love to meet up with you. If you come to conference and you want to meet up with me, shoot me a message and I am happy to meet up with you. All right, so let's look at our demo for this week. We're doing the star stitch. I know this is what you guys have been waiting for while I'm talking my, you know, nonstop. Okay. Oh, you can't come back. Oh, that's too bad. But hopefully I'll see some people. No, Helene. Okay. There's fewer people this year, and I think it's just a tough time for travel right now, but hopefully next year. Next year, I'm hoping we have the same crowd that we normally do. It'll be fun anyway. Actually, it might be kind of nice to have a conference that's not as busy as the normal. We might be a little more relaxed and able to just, you know, everybody will get more attention and more stuff. But anyway, no, it'll be fun. I think it'll be great. So let's jump into star stitch. Crochet star stitch. Let me swing back here. All right. So crochet star stitch needs a multiple of 2 stitches, but you need at least 6. And the reason for that is, or at least 6 chains. And the reason for that is the first star uses up 6 chains. After that, all the additional stars use up 2 stitches each. But because of that first star, you need the 2 chains, or the 6 chains. 6 chains. There we go. All right. So I've got 12 chains here. So that'll be 6. And yeah, that'll be enough stars to do. Okay. So for the first star, all we're going to do is we're going to skip the first chain, right? Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we're going to skip the first chain just like we normally would for a single crochet or whatever, right? And we're going to go into each of the next 5 chains and just pull up a loop. And I like to work in the back bump. You don't have to. You can go wherever you want to. Rich, I'm not a good knitter or crocheter, but I always try. I can't even give the projects I make. Oh, that's not true. I'm sure somebody would love the projects you make. But you should, seriously, it's about having fun with it, right? It's more about, when you first start out, it's more about learning the techniques and having fun. And then after that, you worry about the finished products, right? I mean, you should see, oh my gosh, you should see the first stuff that I spun and my first weaving projects. Oh my gosh, they're horrible. Actually, okay, now I have to show you. Okay, totally stopping the demo because I have to show you. Every time you try something new, it's going to be horrible the first time you do it, right? Like it just, there's no way. I have been knitting and crocheting for decades, and I picked up a drop spindle and tried to spin. This is what I got. right here. Oh, there goes a pom-pom. See this really ridiculously chunky, uneven yarn? Oh, I'm even showing you the back, sorry. Ridiculously chunky, uneven yarn that's super thick here and super thin elsewhere and falling apart and just a mess. Yeah, that was my first try at spinning. It was hopeless for knitting or crocheting with. I did try it. Everything I tried to knit or crochet with came out super ugly. So finally, I figured out to just weave it into this frame, and I think it looks super cool, right? So no matter what you make, there's some use for it. There is some use for it. You may not find it for a while. I have another project that didn't turn out well and has become a pet rug. Like, I just squared it off, hemmed the edges, and made it a pet rug, because that was what it was good for, right? It was soft. It just looked ugly. So you can, no matter what you make, you can find something. Oh, thank you, Rich. But I want to see your show and tell. You got to come on the Scrappy Stitchers page on Facebook and share some of your makes, because I want everybody who knits and crochets to feel like their stuff is awesome, because the fact that you can make something with a little hook or a little needle is awesome. I don't care what it is. It's awesome. So let me get back to the crochet star stitch. All right. But Rich, if you ever are in a position to come to one of the CGOA conferences, oh my gosh, what a great learning experience. There's so many classes to take, and you'll meet so many people that can help you. It's great. But okay, so we've completely lost track here. I'm going to come back to it. I have 12 chains. Now I'm skipping the first one. In the next 5 chains, I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop, just like that. I'm working in the back bumps. You don't have to work into the back bumps. You can work in however you like to. But I started with 1 loop on my hook, right? That's coming out of that first chain. I'm pulling up 5 more, so I'll have 6 by the time I'm done. Each star stitch is going to have 6 loops, because you're going to pull up 5 more loops and you'll have 1 that you started with. So that is the 6 loops I need for my star stitch. Just 1 in each of the 5. I mean, super easy, right? Yarn over, pull through all 6, and you made a little star. Okay? And then we're going to chain 1 to close the little star. Now, I want you to look at this star. Okay? This right here, this space that I made with the chain 1, that is the eye of the star. These are the legs of the star. Okay? And this last stitch that I pulled a loop up in, that is the base of the star. So to make the next star, we're going to insert our hook into the eye and pull up a loop. That's 1 loop, right? Then we're going to go into this last leg. And I like to go in sideways, but you can also go between the last 2 legs from front to back like that if you want, whichever way you prefer, but somehow into that last leg and pull up a loop. I don't like how gappy it makes it when you do that. I like to go in under the last leg like that. Pull up a loop. Okay, that's 2. Here's 3. We'll pull up a loop in the base of this stitch. Okay, so now we've pulled up 3 loops. We need to pull up 5, right? So we need to pull up 2 more. We have this one already. We've pulled up 3. We need 2 more. So now we go into the next 2 chains and pull up a loop. So that's why every star after the first one just takes 2 more chains. Okay? Because it builds off of the previous star. Now we yarn over, pull through all of these, and chain 1 to close. And now you have a second star. So let's do that again. Eye, okay, leg, base, right? Eye, leg, base, and 2 more. 1, 2. Now I have 6, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1 to close. Okay, let's do 1 more. Eye, leg, base, 1, and 2 chains. Okay, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and there you go. But now we don't want to end our row on this because that looks a little bit floppy, right? So we're going to end our row by putting a half double crochet right into that same base stitch, which of course this is really tight now, but there we go. Okay, it's going. There we go. All right, so I put a half double crochet right next to that star in that same last base stitch that I worked into. Okay, so the next row, the backside row, is just single crochets. We want to make sure we end up with the right number. So basically for each star we're going to have 2 single crochets, but because we have that extra half double crochet, the first star we're going to do a single crochet in the half double crochet. So I chained 1 and I turned. I'm doing a single crochet in the half double crochet, and then I'll do a single crochet in the eye of the star. Okay? For the rest of the stars across, I'm just going to do 2 single crochet in each eye. So remember, each star took up 2 extra stitches, and so now we're putting back 2 stitches for every star. So just find the eye and go 2 single crochets. Okay? And 2 single crochets. But now the eye is over to the right, because I've done all the stars now, but I still have this bit over here. So I'm going to put 1 more single crochet right at the corner. And this is actually the turning chain from the chain that we skipped when we started working into the chain. See, here's all the other chains we picked up loops in. This is the one we skipped right here. So I'm actually going to the first one I picked up a loop in. So this one right here, and I'm doing a single crochet. Whatever you find, just so long as it's at the corner, at the edge of that row. Okay, and that's our wrong side row. Now we're ready to go back the other way and do another row of stars. So chain 2, all right? Now, some people have you chain 3 and pick up 1 loop in each of the 2 chains, but I find that floppy. This is a less floppy way of doing it, okay? So chain 2 and pick up just 1, any strand of your chain. I like to do this bottom loop only, okay? So pick up a loop in that one. Now find another strand. Go back here, grab the other 2 strands, or grab the other, the top strand there, or grab the back loop, whatever is easiest for you. You need to do 1 strand and then another strand, okay? Yarn over and pull up a loop in that strand. So now I've pulled up 2 loops, but I don't have quite as much floppiness as I would if I had an extra chain. So now I've pulled up 2 loops there, okay? And then I'm going to, let's see, I want to make sure here. Yeah, next 3 stitches. I just wanted to make sure of that. So remember when we worked here, okay, we were doing 2 stitches for every star, but at the end we added 1 extra stitch. So this is where that extra stitch comes in, because now I have 3 stitches I need for this first star. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's my 6 loops for the first star. Now every star after this is going to be the same as it was before. Eye, leg, base, okay, eye, leg, base, right there, eye, leg, base, and then 2 more stitches. So it's the same thing as before, but now we're working into stitches instead of chains. There's my 6, pull through, and chain 1 to close. Let's do it again. Eye, leg, and base. 2 more stitches, chain, not chain, yarn over and pull through to close, and then, or pull through and then chain 1 to close. Sorry, 1 more star. Eye, it can get tight. You want to make sure to keep your tension even, because otherwise it gets too tight, which I didn't there. Okay, leg, base, 1, 2, right? Yarn over and pull through. This is why I keep fiddling with it. I got a tangle. There we go. All right. Chain 1 to close, and then to make a nice flat edge, half double crochet in that same base stitch. Now let's do one more row. I want to do one more row just to show you one more time. Okay, so first we're going to chain one and turn. We're going to single crochet in this first half double crochet, and we're going to single crochet in the eye of the first star. Now we're going to single crochet twice in the eye of each additional star. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the last star, 1, 2, and then one extra stitch right at the corner here. Now here it's a little tighter. You don't want to go into the leg. See that big floppy leg? You don't want to go into the leg. Go into this chain right here, that corner one, and do your last stitch there. That'll give you the most squared off edge. Let's do one more set because I know this one's a little bit of a mind bender, right? So this is one of the few stitches where I actually like to turn first and then do my chains. So chain 2, okay? Now we need to pull up 2 loops in this chain. So I just pick whichever loop is sitting most in the front and pull up 1, and then pick up one of the loops behind it and pull up 1. So we pulled up 2 loops in that chain, and then 1, 2, 3, just like that. Yarn over and pull through, chain 1 to close. Eye, leg, base, 1, 2. Yarn over, pull through, chain 1 to close. Untangle the knot in your skein. There we go. And again, eye, leg, base, 1, 2, chain, pull through, chain 1 to close. Eye, leg, base, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through, chain 1 to close, and half double crochet in the same stitch. So you can see that once you get going, it actually goes pretty quickly. I just wanted to get 3 rows to show you the finished product here. Now, if you want a closer look at this, or you want to, remember what I said about the first row, because the first row was different and all of that kind of stuff, the tutorials there, go into the blog post that's attached to this video, that's in the description on the video, and you'll see a list of everything I talked about, right? I've just linked the patterns there, not the tutorials. There's the Stars and Stripes washcloth is plain star stitch. So if you want to look at plain star stitch and get a refresher on that, go to that washcloth. There's a tutorial linked in there. There's the pattern. You can practice it. Great pattern to practice on. You want to learn how to take it to the next step and combine it with some increases and decreases to make chevrons. Go to the Star Stitch Chevron washcloth, and there's a tutorial for that in there. So lots of fun. I would definitely practice with the basic star stitch before you try chevrons. The chevrons is more complicated. And that's the star stitch. Any questions on that or on anything else? Any of the yarns that you guys are particularly interested in me doing a pattern in? Any of that kind of stuff? I'll give it a minute because I know there's a lag here. Okay, well, if there's no questions, then I will just say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will most likely see you next week. Just no promises because next week's crazy. So, but for now, bye.